Chino, California is a city located in the western end of San Bernardino County, known for its rich agricultural history and dairy farming industry. Established on the former Rancho Santa Ana del Chino, the city has evolved from its roots in sugar beet and corn production to become a suburban community within the Inland Empire region. By 1987, Lesa Cunningham, aged 24, and her 6-year-old son Christopher called Chino their home. The city provided a nurturing environment for families, blending its historical agricultural charm with modern suburban amenities, making it an ideal place for raising children. Lesa and Chris mysteriously vanished without a trace on the evening of July the 9th, 1987. They were last seen by a friend in Pomona, California, after spending the day visiting Lesa's brother and running errands. After dropping off their friend, they planned to stop at the Stater Brothers Market on Riverside Drive and Yorba Avenue in Chino, California, before heading home to their apartment on Yorba Avenue, where they lived with Lesa's boyfriend, Scott Sears, according to the Chino Champion newspaper. However, the mother and son never arrived, and no one has heard from them since. Concern quickly grew when Lesa and Chris failed to return home by their expected time of between 6 and 7 p.m. Sears became concerned when Lesa and Chris failed to show up and subsequently contacted Lesa's family and friends to see if anyone had heard from her, but nobody had. Their disappearance was completely out of character for Lesa, who had no history of leaving unexpectedly. Furthermore, she never picked up her last paycheck from her job as a dental assistant in Pomona and never accessed her bank account after she went missing, adding to the suspicions surrounding her and her son's case. According to family and friends, Lesa was struggling with depression at the time of her disappearance due to personal problems, but for the young mother to not reach out to the people she cared about the most was highly unusual. Not to mention that, according to her friends, Lesa did not appear to be in a bad place at the time. On the contrary, they told investigators that she appeared in good spirits prior to her vanishing. According to the Chino Champion, Lesa's boyfriend didn't report her as a missing person until 4 days later, which, according to him, was at the advice of Cunningham's own family. Despite interviews with Lesa's family, friends and co-workers, police were unable to uncover any significant leads. Investigators questioned those closest to Lesa in hopes of identifying any potential suspects or motive, but no one had any concrete information about what may have happened to her and Chris. Authorities also examined Lesa's personal and professional life for any signs of trouble, yet there was no apparent conflicts or disputes that could have explained her sudden disappearance. Without surveillance footage or witnesses placing Lesa and Chris at the market or anywhere else after leaving Pomona, the investigation quickly hit a dead end. As time passed, the lack of physical evidence and first-hand accounts made it increasingly difficult for detectives to piece together their final movements, leaving the case shrouded in mystery. 2 months after they disappeared, on September 9th, a chilling discovery was made. Lesa's 1987 Toyota Tercel, which she had recently purchased and held temporary license plates, was found abandoned in downtown San Diego. The car's stereo and speakers had strangely been removed, but there were no fingerprints or signs of a struggle, according to Chino Police Detective Jim Hannibal, who later took over the case. This discovery deepened the mystery, rather than providing any answers. In a newspaper article published in the Chino Champion, police stated that they were treating the disappearance of Lesa and Christopher as potentially foul play, having exhausted all investigative leads at that time. Unfortunately, very little information is available regarding this case, leaving far more questions than answers. What happened to Lesa and Chris after they dropped off their friend? Were the police able to piece together a timeline leading up to their last known movements? And where does the trail go cold? Did they stop at the market as planned? And if so, what happened on their journey home? If they ever made it home at all. Many wonder why Lesa's boyfriend waited 4 days to report her missing. Some find this suspicious, while others question how her Toyota ended up abandoned in downtown San Diego. How did it get there, and where had the vehicle been since the mother and son vanished? Authorities have classified the disappearances of Lesa and Christopher as suspicious. Despite extensive investigations, their whereabouts remain unknown to this day, and the case remains unsolved. The lingering questions surrounding their fate continue to haunt their family and investigators alike, leaving hope that one day the truth will be uncovered. At the time of her disappearance, Lesa Desiree Cunningham was 24 years old. She is described as being an African American female with brown hair and brown eyes, standing at 5 foot 6 inches tall and weighing approximately 120 pounds. She notably had a gap between her front teeth, burn scars on her neck and her thigh, and had suffered with depression throughout her life. She had attempted to take her own life at 17 years of age. Lesa was last seen wearing a white smock and a pair of trousers, which she wore to work as a dental assistant. If alive today, she would be turning 62 years old in 2025. Her son, Christopher Andrew Chris Cunningham, was 6 years old when he vanished. He is described as an African American male with brown hair, described as sandy brown and curly in the Chino Champion newspaper, and brown eyes, standing at 4 feet 2 inches tall and weighing approximately 90 pounds. He notably had a raised spotted birthmark on his right wrist and suffers from an unspecified seizure disorder, which requires medication. Chris was also affectionately known as Boo Boo. If alive today, he would be turning 45 years old. Due to the circumstances involved, the case is classified as endangered missing. Dentals, fingerprints, and DNA are available for comparison. As of yet, no John or Jane Does have matched to either Lesa or Christopher. Those who possess any information regarding the disappearances of Lesa and Chris Cunningham are urged to contact Chino Police Department at 909 628 1234.